for you because you're not dwelling in the land. Here's a fourth thing he says to do. And this is a good one, verse 4. Delight yourself in the Lord.
And he will give you desire.
Make worshiping God your chief aim. Put the Lord first in everything. Jesus said, seek first the kingdom and everything else will be given to you.
That's right.
God will give you that breakthrough. God will give you that moment of favor. But you have to put him first in your life. I know sometimes financially you can get desperate, and when you get desperate, you can decide to work yourself to the bone. And I've seen people get caught up, and they don't have any time for church. They don't have time for their family because they're working so hard. That's the mistake. No, friend, you still have to delight yourself first in the Lord. You have to put him first. That means you go to church weekly. That means you worship him. That means you take time to read the Bible daily. It means you take time to pray for others every day of your life. You put him first. That's what Ruth did. She not only worked hard by gleaning. See, if she stayed home, she would have never met Boaz. But by gleaning his fields, she met him. But she did something else. She said, your God will be my God. Your people will be my people. She put God first.
Amen.
Breakthroughs happen when you remember to put God first in your life.
That's right.
So can't forget him, no matter what you're going through. And that brings us to the final point that this verse tells us. And that is commit. This is verse 5. Commit your way to the Lord. That means do not worry about the direction your life is headed. God will guide you.
Amen.
You commit it. Say, God, I don't fully understand why I'm still single. I don't fully understand why my business isn't prospering yet. I don't fully understand why my church is not a mega church yet. I don't fully understand why why I didn't get promoted and this other person did. I don't fully understand it all. But Lord, I'm committing my way to you. I'm not going to worry about the direction my life is headed. My life is in your hands. At the right moment, I know there will be a time of favor that will bring me closer to the will of God.
Amen.
So you commit yourself to him. There's a particular locust called the hopper. They don't really hop they don't really propel very far, but here's what this special grasshopper does. In order to be able to travel miles, that little creature, you know what it does? It waits for the rustling of the wind in the trees. And when it feels a gush of wind coming, that grasshopper leaps high and the wind carries it. Friend, commit your way to God. And when you do, he will give you a sense when the wind is coming. And at that moment, you'll leave. I was only 19 years old when I met Sonja, but I leaped. I hopped. Because I knew the wind of God's favor has shined on me. You see this? You have to know when the wind is coming. And you can't do this worrying and fretting. You have to commit your way to God. I knew one day, I was sitting, we just got a computer. For the first time we got online, it was back in those times where